Day yesterday. Went down to D.C. for the Values Voter Summit. Spoke with so many interesting people, both attendees and some dignitaries. We got a chance to speak with all different types of folks about how they feel the president is doing with regard to a number of issues that specifically matter to that group of individuals there at that conference. Things like abortion, family values, things of that nature. Here's what they had to say.
This morning, I am honored and thrilled to return as the first sitting president to address this incredible gathering of friends, so many friends.
You heard the president's speech. What did you think?
Oh, he was fantastic, like he always is. He was very relaxed, very much at home, but he also recognizes how important this voter group was.
It was so inspirational. It was just amazing.
It seemed like family values was something that he was really focused on.
I think the president did outstanding. I think he had a home run here. He connected with the people.
How do you think the president is doing with regard to conservative issues?
I think he's doing very well. You go back and remember that 81% of evangelicals voted for Donald Trump, which is the highest ever.
I think President Trump is doing an amazing job when it comes to conservative issues.
Everyone here today is brought together by the same shared and timeless values.
Many times, voters like this are pigeonholed into one or two issues when we know that they're actually full-spectrum conservatives, social, economic, moral, and defense issues.
We protect religious liberty.
How do you feel the president is doing with regard to what you call the attack on Christian liberty?
I think he's doing an outstanding job.
We cherish the sacred dignity of every human life.
We believe he's doing wonderful things for the pro-life movement. He is speaking up for our values. He's defending the unborn.
Bureaucrats think they can run your lives, overrule your values.
How do you feel the president is doing with regard to small government issues?
He's doing an absolutely fantastic job.
With regard to the issues that are important to you, how do you think President Trump is doing?
I think he's doing marvelously.
In spite of all the attacks and all the viciousness and all the rest of that, he is progressing forward.
I agree with the president, the progress that he's making. I want to encourage him to continue to bring us together.
We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Why is something as simple as Merry Christmas so important?
It's symbolic. That is symbolic of the greater battle that is raging for the heart and soul of this nation.
We need to bring Christmas back, and I love how Donald Trump is doing that.
In a Trump administration, our nation's religious heritage would be cherished, protected, and defended like you have never seen before.
The encouragement that I think people here at the Values Voter Summit across the country take away is that we have a president who understands these are important issues and he's working on them.
I've been in this country since 1967, and when I came here, America was great, and I saw the deterioration, and Donald Trump is going to revive those values and restore the greatness of America.
And above all else, we know this: in America, we don't worship government, we worship God.
Wow, great work, Todd. So many different voices there. And you talk about the Values Voter Summit. Try to say that five times, by the way. It's tough. But a lot of times, David, they worry that once they elect someone into office, that they lose sight of what those values are. They lose sight of faith and talking about what's most important to them. And it is true. President Trump has doubled down on many of the things that he campaigned on. And he talks about God often.
There's an important point here that's being ignored by a lot in the media, certainly not here. The Constitution. Whether you're a Christian conservative, a values voters, conservative evangelical, or you like the fact that you've got a president who's keeping his word. Look at his appointments to the Supreme Court, or his nomination and appointment. Look at the court and look at the Constitution. They care about the Constitution. They believe in their individual rights. They recognize there are differences. I think that's one of Trump's biggest selling point. I don't know if there are everyone that believes that he's this social conservative, but they like the fact that he's a constitutional conservative who gives them the right to believe in their values.